Welcome back to Local Matters. I'm Gabriel Riviere-Reed. I'm here with Matt Drouin, who's a barbecue enthusiast or
True
master
story.
griller. Can I call you master griller?
Whatever you please.
All right. So you've entered a contest called Meat Madness.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about your background and your interest in barbecuing.
A couple of years ago, I got a grill from a local business, Cameron's Pools and Fireplaces. It's called a Traeger wood-fired grill. It's basically operates off of wood pellets, and took a huge liking to the food, the quality of the food that came out of it, and from there just started barbecuing. Ended up actually working for the Canadian distribution company for Traeger, and then saw this posting for Meat Madness and said, hey, let's throw a hand in and see what we can do.
Right. Now, obviously, it takes a lot of dedication what you're doing. Barbecuing is really it's a manly art. But why do you think your interest is so strong in it? Where does your passion come from?
I think the biggest passion probably comes from family. In that I love gatherings, I love to host. So inviting people over and having big barbecues and things like that is a huge passion of mine. And then from that, the feedback that I was receiving was, kept getting stronger and stronger, and to the point where now I'm, being requested to barbecue all the family events, which is kind of neat. It's a compliment, obviously. And from there, I love to barbecue. Like today's a rainy day outside. I'm probably going to, eventually at some point throw some meat on the grill.
Right. And I'm sure you're one of the ones in the winter too, out on the deck.
Yes.
In the snow.
Recently, there was minus 41 outside. And I went outside first thing in the morning in my boxers and my boots and throw some bacon on the grill and went inside, got ready, come out, and bacon's ready to go for breakfast. So, yeah, I cook 90% of the time I'm using my barbecue for sure.
Right on. So let's move on to the competition,
yeah.
Meat Madness. Maybe for our viewers that aren't aware of what it is, that you can explain a little bit about how that goes.
Sure. Basically, it's a tournament that Traeger has hosted online that parallels the NCAA March Madness basketball tournament. So there are 64 entries and you compete head to head until there's a finalist. So I was grateful that I made it to the Elite 8 round. The final 8, and the community was great. Ton of votes, a lot of shares on Facebook. I had a local bar, Deacon Squeaks, that did an event that featured a wing sauce to try and push more votes. Featured in both local papers. So thrilled at the progress and how it went, and we'll keep on trucking. I've got a competition scheduled for August with a buddy of mine, Ryan Leger. Our team name is going to be True North Barbecue. So you can look for that on Instagram or on Twitter or on Facebook. So
excellent. I just want to touch back on the community support.
Yeah.
It's always nice to see the community come together, support a local son doing something like this. What did it mean to you to have the community back you?
It was pretty cool, to be honest. When you first enter this type of event, you just it's, hey, I'm going to put a recipe and a photo online and see what happens, and it's huge. From friends that I hadn't spoken with in several years since high school or things like that are reaching out and good luck and sharing and messaging me privately. Hey, I voted, and it was really awesome actually. So, and I'm enthused by it, and I want to roll with the momentum. So it's cool.
Right on. Now I noticed during the Elite 8, your concoction was very much Canadian flavored with the maple flavored.
Yeah.
Maybe for our foodies watching, you can talk a little bit about your style and your recipes. And
for style wise, everything I cook on the grill is with wood. I don't use gas or propane. So the Traeger barbecue that I use is wood pellet based, and I can cook with 8 different flavors of wood. Actually 9 now. They've just introduced a new flavor. So I was inspired by, I wanted to represent Canada in this because I didn't think there'd be a lot of Canadians. So I went with the maple syrup glaze based sauce, kind of a mustard glaze, and candied up some bacon with some maple syrup. Who doesn't like bacon, right?
Absolutely.
It turned out pretty good. Yeah, it was good. It was fun.
Well, I want to thank you for joining me today, Matt, and congratulations on a very successful contest, and you made Cornwall proud, and thank you again for coming.
Thank you.